My only focus in the beginning was just getting enough money to like unbury myself from some debt. And, unfortunately, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So I couldn't go to my family. I couldn't say, hey, help me. It was really up to me. And so I think it's really smart for you to take care of yourself first. So that way you're more empowered to take care of other people.
Welcome to the Make More Money podcast. Every month we bring you, and because of Podblade, a lot of Podblade and the editing they do, so they're a sponsor for today, can bring you great episodes like we do with the clever investor, my man Cody today. Literally connected a lot more. Clubhouse, saw him down in an event that Dan Fleischman put on, who will probably be on here eventually as well soon. It's an invite-only podcast, so I only bring you people who've made more money, have inspired me beyond my journey, all the way from Brett Knudsen on my first time when I was doing the studio to right now. It's almost like a timetable of success, but none of this would be possible without Podblade, who does a lot of the editing for me. Ram Ravi, man, big thanks to him. I actually heard Clever Investor back in the day talk his whole story. Maybe I'll link that in there with Apple Kreider, who was one of the original founders of Podblade, on his thing. And it really inspired me a lot when I was getting to my 4 unit real estate investment. And with all the basically attention, success, everything that happens with me and really just figuring stuff out, he gives me a lot of solid advice that you're going to hear in here that hopefully will help you if you're on the journey where I'm at right now. Also, I'm going to say this is the same background that I recorded the Changing Lives course against. We have Changing Lives consulting and marketing, getting a lot of the best consultants to the right people, and obviously marketing. And I've definitely loved the entourage people that I'm working with right now. Sandy, Rafer, all these people that you got to follow up. They're great. So I just want to give them a shout out too, of everybody who really is made my journey better. I actually just recently was out in an event where Ed Milet, who will be on this podcast eventually, he basically said, man, don't seek out the attention from your followers, but then use the skills that you've gotten so far in your life to give it to those followers to help them become better leaders and seek out new leaders. So that's what this Make Money podcast. Also, a bonus sponsor is VidChop. So you're going to see a lot of YouTube channel. So click subscribe, click like, share this to anybody it inspires. And VidChops makes it possible. They do all the video editing, very affordable. Augie Johnson was a past guest on here. You can go back and listen to that. Maybe we'll listen to that. You can actually hear the quality of the man he is and what he's building. VidChops is someone that I'm proud to bring a sponsor on. But without further ado, I got to get going and get back to work. But I'm going to bring a Make More Money podcast this week. We also upcoming, this is probably episode 17. We have Rob Weinberg, who's a big mortgage guy that's coming up in a following week. And we have a lot of other guys as well too that are coming in. It's invite only, or people kind of pay to get on this spot. So sit back, relax, and listen to the Make More Money podcast with the Clever Investor. And oh snap, you're going to hear about it. I ate those snap that he gave me, but it was really good. Check it out.
All right, Jeff J here to make your day. Welcome to the Make More Money podcast. I'm never more excited to have a guest who really just is the epitome of success. We're going to go right into exactly how successful people think and kind of what's to come. This guy is literally changing lives. Maybe we'll touch on a little bit at the end on what kind of how he impacted me with his story, and I'll give you a link where you guys can go hear his whole story. But for right now, part of the $100 million Academy, if you don't know what it is, it's probably one of the most life-changing courses right now. I'm a big advocate of, with so many courses out there that people don't know where to go. I literally wish I found it years ago when I started all this stuff. But it's there. He is Cody, basically known as Clever Investor, had a Lambo, had all that stuff, man. Cody, that's my little thing. For people who don't know you, 30 seconds, give a little.
Yeah. Real estate investor for the last 16 and a half years. Been working my way up the food chain, done just about every type of deal under the sun. Stopped counting once I crossed about 1,000 or 2,000 deals. And just deal making in the trenches every single day. I own a for-purpose development company called Green Elephant Development. Got a lot of rehabs going. We're mainly in single family. And so we buy old distressed real estate and make it beautiful, just like you see on TV. And then a portion of all of our profits goes towards animal conservation. And so I love that part of our business, and it's a big passion of mine. Underprivileged kids and animals are like my two kind of like major passion projects that I go to. And so all my businesses have a give back element. And I'm a lender. I'm a family man. I got two amazing kids. My wife has been with me since day one.
Wow, dude, that we got to talk about that, man. That's a good success thing. We'll tease that at the end. That's crazy, man. Because I know a lot of your history. I kind of watched you growing up, and it's funny. Just like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, right? I saw you when you started, and you looked a little bit different than you look now. Now you look like clean, you're fit, right? And that's everybody towards the journey, you know? And it's just funny because like there's a certain stuff that happens during the journey, right? When you actually can get more in control of stuff. So literally, I do want to talk kind of where are you located right now, by the way, anyway?
We're out of Tempe, Arizona. So, you know, people know it. You know, if I say Phoenix, Arizona, most people know it, but we're in Tempe.
Well, first question I do want to ask though, there's so many people who want to give back. I see this all the time. Me and you have spent a lot of time on Clubhouse as of now, giving back. But one thing that kind of I don't want to say it irritates me because that sounds wrong. Is so many people want to give back before they even take care of themselves, right? So you are doing a huge thing. You're giving back animals. I love animals, and I love you know, everything nature-wise, right? And that's what you're doing now, right? Speak to somebody who has that passion, but maybe they should work on themselves first before they start, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if you necessarily have to wait. You just have to be smart about how you structure it. You know, and there's a lot of different ways to give back. For me, I was so broke in the beginning. I was under so much financial pressure. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't breathe barely. Like I was always I had a massive amount of anxiety. And so, once my very first big deal that I ever did, okay, it took me, I tried for 9 months to do my first deal. Okay. Couldn't pull it together. I bought every course under the sun. I flew all over the country. You got to go back 16 years. There was no YouTube University. So I flew all over the country, going to these guru seminars, buying workshops, boot camps, bus tours. Like I was like that guy that they loved me coming to the seminar because I had my credit card in my hand. I'm like, come on, I wanted to learn real estate so bad. I was literally going into massive debt, just trying to figure it out.
Wow.
And I thought I'm gonna get a deal and I'll be able to pay off my credit card. And then 9 months, and I'm like working my butt off just to pay my credit card bills, but no deals had come in. And by the 10th month, I finally got my first big deal, and it was a game changer. It changed my life. It was $40,000, and with that money, I was able to unbury myself from debt. I was able to reinvest into my business and marketing. I was able to put a ring on my girlfriend's finger and ask her to marry me. I gave a little bit of money to my parents just to help them out. So I don't think there's anything wrong with helping other people. I just think like if you're not reinvesting in your business and scaling your business, you're never going to be empowered to make a big difference in the world. And so I now create businesses from the ground up to make them for purpose. They're not nonprofits, and they're not just for profit. They're somewhere right in the middle. They're for purpose. And so now from day one, every company I start has a give back element. So take whatever you're into and say, it's kind of like the Tom Shoes model. Yeah. What can I do to give a small portion, like create a story? People love to buy and invest in the story, not just your product or service. And so create the story as the why you're doing what you're doing, and it'll become more powerful. And I think you'll create more customers that way.
Yeah, so that's huge, guys. So anybody not listening, listen to that right now. Part of the reason for my limited success that I've had so far is literally that. You know, I was telling a story with emotion, value, and a subtle call to action where people would follow me. Gary Vee said, document, don't create. And that's what I started doing. I want to build a franchise and honor my brother who passed away, right? And that's literally why I do everything. Went to wake him up, didn't wake up. And it got me, same like you, I was sitting in there with my brother, $997. I put up my credit card to do it was a scammy real estate course guy. Doug Clark was his name, had a flipping show, right? went to the whole thing, but I learned and I took that knowledge and I kind of went. Was your girlfriend with you when you were there was she the plus one when you went to those events?
Oh yeah, day one. I really meant it. Day one. Like
Wow.
she put up with so much. Like, trust me, if you're listening to this and you're an entrepreneur, being with you, engaged to you, married to you is the hardest, worst thing that they could ever sign up for. And I kept telling her, I'm like, look, someday this is going to pay off. Someday it's going to pay off. I promise you, I'm going to give us the life of our dreams. You just got to trust me. And in the beginning, they're supportive, but then they go through this phase where it's like, it's hard. It's hard for them to be around you because if you're a true entrepreneur, you're on 24/7. You're an obsessed maniac trying to get this thing working. And I'm telling you right now, she's even though she was skeptical for a little period, she came back out of it and has been my biggest cheerleader, and it's paid off big time. Now we have the life of our dreams. I'm actually building her dream house right now. And she was like, do you, she's picking out all her closet stuff,
Yeah.
She's
Building her
like,
doll
do you
house.
think we can afford this? I'm like, honey, you can get whatever the heck you want. You put up with me for 16 years. Like, I can't believe that we made it through this. Like, build the closet of your dreams, build the house of your dreams, do whatever you want. And I think in the end of the day, she was a major driver for me getting to where I am. And without her, I don't think I'd be sitting here talking to you guys, because women have emotional intelligence. Yep. She picked me up. I can't tell you how many times she picked me up when I was completely at my bottom, wanting to quit, being a baby. And then she just puts her foot up my ass and says, get back at it. And,
that's awesome. I hear so many stories, and I study a lot of people, like relationships, happy relationship entrepreneurs. I'm working all the time. As soon as we get off this, where me and you are both doing stuff, I know that's how we go. But so let's talk about now, though. Let's talk about now and what you're doing now. Like, what's the one thing that like you're excited about right now in your business, one of your businesses? Because how many businesses do you have going on for you right now? Where you're at?
So we got the 100 Million Academy, which I'm really excited. We just launched a 30-day income challenge. There's a lot of ways, like ever since coronavirus,
I saw that
people have really like woken up to realize like having multiple streams of income is really important. Being able to make money from home is really important. Being able to make money online is really important. So we went and we started studying all the different ways to make money online and from home quickly. And we took like 40 or 50 concepts and we narrowed it down to the top 5. And then we went out and leveraged our network and said, who is the best in the world at these top 5? And we found 5 super entrepreneurs that are just murdering the game. And we went into their businesses. We studied their best. We asked them a question. If you were to give somebody a strategy, a system to plug into that within 30 days, they can make their first buck online, what would it be? And so, there was a Amazon arbitrage hack that one lady was doing. And then we had a real estate Airbnb hack that another guy was doing. And we have a funnel building email marketing hack that somebody else was doing. And somebody else was just murdering it using social media marketing. And so we went around, we got these 5 entrepreneurs to allow us to document their best strategy to get results quickly. And we created this 30-day income challenge. So we're launching that. I'm super excited. I think it's going to help a lot of people get those multiple streams of income. And there's going to be some superpreneurs that are going to do you get all 5 in the challenge. Our recommendation is to start one, but some crazy maniac's going to do all 5. And it's going to be
maybe I saw that. Maybe I'll join that. So I'm in the academy, and I'm like a geek about learning. I always do a course all the time, and I'm actually pulling up right now. So where did the idea come from? Like from that, like we got to do this.
I think people want results quickly, and I think people like things that are gamified, that are fun, that are why do challenges work? Because you get plugged into a community. Everybody's taking the challenge alongside with you. There's a time limit on it, so you're not stressing out thinking, oh my God, this is going to be so much work. This is going to take forever, right? It's like, no, you could do this for 30 days. You could do anything for 30 days. Mm-hmm. And so, and then we have it all mapped out, all the system. And so you pick which lane you want to be in, and then you do it. And then once you get some income coming in from that lane, ramp it up, scale it, or pick another lane and get another stream of income coming in. So that's over at 100 Mil Academy. I'm super excited to launch that. And then at Clever Investor, my other online education business in the real estate space, we've been doing online education at a very high level since 2010. So we're one of the larger education companies in the world.
And
We
you
got
guys
we
mainly
got
do wholesaling education, correct?
no, we're full
You
service
are
real
full
estate
service
investing.
now?
So wholesaling, rehabbing, and landlording.
Oh, that's all. So see, now there's another. So it's crazy. I wish I found you a lot sooner, man. I went through some of those brutal ones before, you know. So anybody, so if they want to get 100 Million Academy, what is it? 100millionacademy.com or?
Yeah, 100millionacademy.com.
We'll put the link
They,
below.
yeah, put the link below because I think they can go to 30dayincomechallenge.com and also get there.
Awesome. Yeah. Because
So at Clever, I'm launching a brand new course called the Free House Formula. January, February, so far have been some of my best months in a really long time. The real estate market is absolutely on fire. Ever since March of last year when coronavirus hit, I've been just stacking rentals, just tons of rentals. And I'm using very creative strategies to get the sellers to give me their houses. So I'm not going to a bank. I'm not qualifying. I'm not running my credit. I'm not putting big amounts of money out of my pocket to get into these deals. There's a couple creative, we call them seller participation deals.
Mhm.
I can go and offer cash for a house, or I can offer terms. And when you understand how to offer terms correctly, you can get houses basically given to you without having to go through heavy qualifying. And if you're an entrepreneur and you've ever tried to go to a bank and get a loan, it sucks. The whole process is painful. And so this is a much faster way to get a rental portfolio going. And then we teach our students, instead of owning and managing traditional rentals, we teach them how to reseller finance them on the back end so they become the bank and just get a stream of income without the headaches or hassles of owning real estate. So
yeah, I might be looking at that avenue. I own a little 4-unit right now, man. You can make my ears perk up, you know? So
yeah,
it's crazy. I was just in the car with someone who does a lot of wholesaling. They talked about terms contracts. So I'm vaguely familiar with it. You know, I focus on kind of what I focus on, but bought some real estate to, you know, basically live rent free at first, and then it cash flows who kept it, right? But you know, there are the drawbacks to real estate too. Everybody just wants to get into real estate, and they just you got to make sure you want to be in that game. That's what I always tell everybody, right?
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, and there's a lot of so-called gurus out there that'll tell you that you're going to click a button and make a bunch of money, and you don't have to actually go see houses ever. You don't have to touch the real estate. You don't have to barely do anything. And it's just not the truth. You got to work the business. Now, can you simplify it? Sure. I do a lot of wholesaling through my computer, through my phone. Right. So, and there's a lot of times I don't go out to the houses anymore because you can send a contract digitally and get it signed and get it back. So there are ways to do it. But you need to be educated, and you need to have all the right systems down in order to be able to do it virtually or easily from a remote location. And so I got Clever going, and then I just launched a brand new company. Let's see if I have here. I'm going to show you.
See, this is why I love this guy, because, by the way, I love this studio, man. Where's the studio? This is like...
Yeah, this is my studio. So, I mean, yeah.
That's awesome. But that's not green screen. You actually have that up behind there?
Yeah, it's a TV wall.
Yeah, dude. See, I gotta, that's awesome. I can't wait till that day, man. TV walls are the coolest, man.
So I just launched a brand new supplement company. It's a network marketing company. It's called OSnap. Okay.
Oh, dude, I love the name of it.
Yep, OSnap. This is our vitamin. We have sleep. We have an energy drink called Surge, and we got a one for your brain called Reverse. It's like a DNA type of repair serum that. So we have the licensing rights. We're the first supplement company to use these things called Snap Packs.
Yep.
And you literally just crack it, and it opens up. A little thing perforates right there, and you can take a shot to the head, or you can pour it in some water or some juice or a smoothie. And so, like, for me, I take a lot of...
Is that an energy thing, or?
Yeah, so we have 4 different products.
Uh-huh.
We have Complete in a Snap, which is your multivitamin and your organic greens all in one shot. So there's liquid in here.
Dude, you can't do it right now on here?
Well, I already took one.
Okay, well, you don't want to do that. I'll do it later on. You know what? I'll have to figure out how I can get my hands on that stuff because
I'm going to OD on OSNAP.
Yeah,
What's cool about this is, first off, it's a really cool delivery method. I've never seen snap packs before. Throw it in your pocket, throw it in your gym bag or purse. You can easily hand it out to friends and family. But for me, no more taking hard to swallow pills, no more sugary gummies, no more messy powders. Everything, all 4 of our products are in the snap packs. You just snap it, squeeze it, like I said, take it real fast and then and go. And the Surge, I wish I had one in here. The Surge, it's like, in my opinion, the best energy drink I've ever had.
Better than Bang?
Oh, I mean, I think it smokes everything else.
So that's literally my weakness is energy drinks, right? I love them.
All right, I want to send you some Surge. I want to send you some Surge.
I'll share it out. We'll get people going on it. 100%. Yeah, definitely send that. That'll be great stuff, man. We'll do it before the episode. When it comes in, I'll actually sample it right before so people can see it. That's what we'll do.
There you go. And what's cool about it is you can be a customer and take the products, and I think people are going to love our products. Or you could turn it into a business. Right. And like I said, side hustles, man. You got to just have some side hustles going. So, my plan is I'm going to take all of my Snap profits that I make and put it into real estate. So, I'm just always thinking, how do I buy more real estate? What are all the different ways I can make money?
Your company. That's you didn't join a network market. You built.
No. It's our company. So me and a guy named John Malott partnered together.
Oh yeah, John. I know John.
Okay, so me and John are partners on OSNAP, and then we partnered with a guy named Terry LaCour, who is the manufacturer of all this stuff. He does billions of dollars in manufacturing every single year at the highest quality standards. And look him up, LaCour Pharmaceuticals. And so we partner with LaCour. We're responsible for all the sales, marketing, customer support, all the front end stuff. He's responsible for all the back end. And we're building a kick-ass community. Like we're in pre-launch right now. We launched this maybe a week and a half ago. We already have over 2,500 members in our Facebook group. People are just going nuts for the products. I am predicting that this is going to be one of the fastest growing network marketing companies.
I want to buy stock in already or something, man. If I wasn't so focused right now with what I'm doing, I did Melaleuca, I did Ambit back in the day, right? And I actually love them. So just so you guys know, and anybody wants to do it, anybody listen to Make More Money podcast thing, how can I make more money? This is a great way. I know Cody and I know John. So 2 guys, powerhouses leading it. I've joined some network marketing who didn't have a Cody and John with their thing. John's been awesome in that whole space for a while. So
he's got a legacy, man. He's 20 years building huge brands, massive teams, doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year just by himself. I mean, the guy's a beast.
And now you guys together, dude. Out of all the businesses, I think this is one. I love the 100 Million Academy. Excited about this. So let's talk about this really quick because there's a few things. Entrepreneurs sometimes want to go build everything at once, right? You obviously do the real estate. Just really quick, just the how can they get to your level where now they're building a few?
You look. Everybody has a bunch of desires. The key difference between successful and unsuccessful people is successful people learn how to control 99 of their 100 desires and focus in on the one long enough to get it going and get it going really well. Everybody wants to be the person. I don't have any problem with side hustles. I think a couple little side hustles, I think that's fine. But I have one main business, which is the business of real estate investing. Right? All roads lead to real estate. Even when I create my side hustles, I take these profits and I buy more assets. And so, look, businesses, any way you can earn money right now, earn money, but live below your means and buy as many assets as possible. Because what happens is now I can afford to take big risks. I dominated in real estate. I crushed that. I made a lot of money. And then I started saying, okay, well, now I want to start an education company. Now I want to start a software. Now I want to start this. But I always had that one main thing that I always had going that I can always fall back on. Now, over the course of 15 years, Jeff, sometimes something like this might blow up and become the new main thing, right? This might become $100 million company in the first year. Right. Okay, if it does, I'm just going to buy more real estate. So even though this has taken more of my time and attention, I'm gonna buy more real estate and just keep parking those assets over to the side because even, I mean, maybe a business like this I could sell someday in the future, but the reality is this might come and go in 10 years. I don't know. Maybe somebody comes out with something better. Maybe the business just rides its wave and it's done. But the reality is people will always need a place to live. Always. It's future proof.
Yeah.
And as long as you have a lot of assets, you'll build a wall around you and your family, a financial fortress, I call it.
Yeah.
So,
No,
what's the path to being
listen,
able to do it?
I know that. I just more want people to hear this because I always want to give them value on it and say that's the case. I mean, right now I just invested in a newspaper online publication right now, but I don't even really run it. And I think a lot of stuff that you do is strategic partnerships, right? So you're working with John. I think it's a huge part of it, right? Like if we try to do all these things ourselves, wouldn't work out too well. But you work with Dan Fleischman and Joel, right? With the 100 Million Academy. You guys both head that up. So you have three great minds in charge of it, correct?
Everything I do is about strategic partnerships or high performing team building.
Yeah.
Right? It's leverage. It's if you don't, just like you said, you're not going to be good. You're going to try to do 10 things and you're going to end up the entrepreneur that dies a death by 1,000 cuts because you're trying to do 10 things great and you're not going to be able to do it. You don't have the energy or the bandwidth or the time in the day. And so hyper focus, it's starve the ponies, feed the stallions. That's the mindset to get you off the ground. Another way to say it that my mentor used to say all the time is, look, in the beginning, you're going to say yes to a bunch of stuff until you figure out what starts working. And then you're going to need to quickly transition to no. Yes gets you out of Egypt. No takes you to the promised land.
100%. 100%. That's so true. It's funny because I do less of these now. These are very invite only, exclusive how we do it, right? But I love doing this. This is a way to connect with people that I've seen and really hopefully give value to people. But 100%. When I first came out, I was saying yes to so many different things that I was swarmed. Now it's like there's a lot more no's, and I think the power no will lead to more yeses. Down the road.
Bigger yeses, better yeses.
Bigger yeses. Yeah, exactly. So I have to ask though. So I'm in the 100 Mil Academy here, and the one thing I can't wait for the 30-day thing and everything like that. What's the one thing that when you wish you knew in real estate a little bit sooner? So a lot of people are going to come listen to this. We'll probably tag out as the real estate thing because that is your main thing you're known for. But would it be just getting a better program quicker, like education better? Or would it be like going out there and trying to get your own deal and calling signs?
What made the difference for me was finding a mentor.
Yeah.
That was the difference for me. I mean, I was hard-headed, egotistical, young, dumb, super ambitious, but really, I thought I was going to, figure it out. And I was too egotistical to ask for help. And in the beginning, you're always like energetic. By the end of month 2 or 3, you're still believing in it. I could do this. It's going to be okay. But people are starting to hate. People are starting to give their opinions. People are starting to that little self-limiting voice in your head starts getting a little louder. By the 4th or 5th month, your parents are sitting you down saying, honey, you're making a mistake. This is a horrible idea, right? Like it's building, like all the world's obstacles and challenges are building. And by the 9th month, you're throwing in the towel. You're like, I suck. I can't do this. I got to go a different direction. And if I would have just earlier said, you know what, somebody else already figured this shit out. Why am I so hard-headed to think or egotistical to think that I'm going to, get there on my own? And especially in real estate where the whole game is leverage. The whole game is relationships and networking. And finally I smartened up and I found my mentor, thankfully. His name was Lyle, and it changed my life. Within 35 days, I got my first deal. Yeah. It was like it happened because he taught me things you can't learn in books.
Yeah.
And I like online courses. I like books. I think that's all good, but nothing's going to compete with a mentor.
Yeah, and that's 100% true too. My old podcast before I had this one, which gets a lot of amazing people on here, and this is I basically interviewed a guy, so Geek Schreiber, I'll say his name, and he told me how he went in and found a mentor. I found some guy who wrote a book, and he made 100K that first year, the check on the whole story. And I went out and I did a whole coaching calls, and I actually got one very similar to what you say. There was one dude who was qualifying me, and he was that old guy who did a million different things but never had success at once, and he was selling me on it. And he had that, and it was funny, Cody, because I actually heard like what my life would be if I didn't shut up and say yes to one. Finally found a coach, and I've had coaches and mentors since then, and it's really just made all the difference in the world. So for someone thinking they can just do the 100 Million Academy and they don't need a coach, do you think that's true enough? Is there enough guidance for it, or do you think getting a?
I think at some point they're probably going to want a mentor. At some point, we don't offer mentorship there, but I mean, like, look, the academy is your Swiss Army knife for entrepreneurship. There's 400 hours of content in there. It's too much, right? There's too much. You're not going to use it all, but you're going to have access to the strategy, the system, the tactic, and the person when you need it. So the way I think of it is like right now, what I need is better sales skills. So I'm going to watch the Cole Hatter stuff. I'm going to watch the Joseph McClendon, who has both those guys have sold hundreds of millions of dollars from stage. I'm going to listen to the Marshall Silver hypnotist sales techniques. Like I'm going to understand NLP and objection blocking and
Marshall Silver's in there too.
Yeah, everybody's in there. So
dude, I haven't. So I knew it was overwhelming. I picked one and I'm going through it. I'm going through Dan's right now.
Yeah, and it's too much. But like I said, it's a Swiss Army knife. Maybe you master the sales thing, and then you're like, you know what? I want to learn how to build culture. So now you're jumping over to entrepreneurs that teach classes on culture building and high-performing team building and how to scale the business by hiring the right people and putting them in the right seats of the bus. So it's what you need when you need it. Yeah. And what we've done that's kind of crazy that nobody else has done is you can jump on 5 days a week and ask questions when we do our live calls. We do live calls every single day. So jump on. Hey, I got 10 questions. I want to ask you some questions, right? And then now you're asking an expert question. So there's a little bit of the coaching in there. It's not one-on-one. It's just we go live just to give our community an opportunity to ask questions and to learn new things as a group. And will it be the end all be all? Probably not. Probably not.
Let's talk about something that is kind of an end all be all for me right now. And I'm not on it right now. Clubhouse. Right now, people go in there saying, dude, you know, me and you're both on that. It's like crack for entrepreneurs, man. There's so many people synergy and getting things. Talking about, we're on system and procedures. I was in building system in my business. I know you probably have a lot on here. You know, I'm just getting that one nugget. You know, I can't turn it off. It's literally like radio for entrepreneurs to me. What's your thought about that? How can someone use it effectively, but still time block their time so they can spend time with, you know, on their business?
Yeah. So, you know, and we are on there all the time. You can find me at Clever Investor on all social platforms, by the way. But I think there's a part of your day that you're going to want to spend on an app like Clubhouse, because you're right. There are amazing people on there dropping amazing wisdom and they call it dropping gems, right? They're dropping all these really great things.
Honestly, sorry, yeah.
I know. But, you know, there's not a lack of information out there. The thing I like Clubhouse for is two things. One, it reminds me of things that I already know that I should be thinking about more often. And it also is a great connector. Today, you know, me and Dan Henry connected. I've been watching Dan Henry for a long time. He's been growing his business, and we're on Clubhouse. We're in a room, we're adding and contributing. And next thing you know, we took it off Clubhouse, and now we're having calls and building a relationship. And so for me, I think it's going to be a major disruptor in the speaking space. I think it's going to disrupt live events, because people go to live events, and I'm really curious to see how this plays out, but people go to live events to get access to the Grant Cardone.
Right.
Yeah, so that we can have 30 seconds to just, if I can only ask him my question. And now he's there 25 times a day answering all your questions, right? And you're talking. It's two-way interactive, you know, radio or podcasting, like you were saying. So it's a major disruptor. We'll see how it all plays out. But I can tell you this, in the 1 month I've been on it, I've created more deeper relationships and taken more relationships off of Clubhouse than I probably have in the previous 4 years or 5 years. And I'm part of some high-level masterminds. So that says a lot of how powerful the
Well,
networking is.
and can I tell you, that's what I love about it, man. I've seen people who can come in there, ask a question, you can really impact and change people's lives, kind of in a thing. There's courses, but sometimes, what I think someone said, self-help becomes shelf-help a lot of times, right? And the great thing about Clubhouse is you can really jump off it, get on something, and really make an impact, and you give people the tools necessary that they need, really where it's at. And I've partnered with a lot of people. Dan Henry was one of them. He helped me fix my copy on everything. I've been watching that dude for years, and just by kind of, I used to, it's funny how you build these relationships and then the respect for people, because you can't fake it on Clubhouse. That's the cool thing about it. You know what I mean? People who know their stuff, know they do. And then the people who don't, you can't fake the Lambo and all that stuff. So although, do you still have the Lambo or no?
No, I sold it.
Yeah. See,
I put out so many ads with me with the Lambo that everybody makes fun of me as the Lambo guy. And I love cars from day one. I had a supercar or a Lambo or something nice for years before I ever put it on video.
Yeah. So I'm going to get a nice car eventually. I'm not a car guy though, Cody. I'm really not. I was just at the Driven event and they all have the cars, Albert and everything. And it's just not me. And I'm more business working. What's the score? I got to get my numbers right. Like that's where I am all the time, right? Eventually I'm going to buy a nice car. So I don't want anybody to make fun of me for saying that. I'll probably get a Lambo 100%. Or at least I want to test drive one, right? Never been around with that. I think
bro, it's visceral. It makes driving fun.
Yeah, dude, that's what I like, man. Although I always like working. I put a joke on my Instagram story about wanting a driver. I had so many DMs. I'll be your driver. I'm like, well, I'm not there yet, guys. I was kind of just joking. But anyway, so the crazy thing is with coaching and consulting, right? Because I have a huge marketing consulting brand. This is why I was on a call with what's his name? I just saw Brad, and we're doing a whole event with live events. Okay, and this is kind of where I want to go on. Because it is such a disruptor, right? Thrive's a great one that I want to get to, right? That's awesome. There's a lot of times I was just building. I wasn't going, and this is a big thing for anybody. I wasn't going to every single event because I had to build first, and I didn't want to be someone who's taking all the knowledge and not doing it, right? I would go to Grant. I'm going to Grant's event in that, but like I didn't upgrade to the biggest seat because I feel like I can kind of get to him a little quicker there. He's so busy that day, right? I might, if it comes down to it later. That's one thing that I'm like, man, as one of my friends is building an event right now. Is there a certain thing that you think because of that, like maybe an influencer shouldn't do on Clubhouse? They shouldn't be so accessible on it? Or do you think it doesn't matter?
I don't know if there's a right answer for that. I think, right now it's so new. People are still trying to figure out what it means in the big picture. I think if it's making you happy, and it's not taking away from the things in life that really matter, then do it. I think there is something to be said with knowing when to show up to the party and also knowing when to leave.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's going to be a little different for everybody. For me, I went real aggressive from December 26th, the day that I found out about it and joined, for about, 3 weeks or something. And when I get the feeling, I'm old enough now.
Yeah.
That when I get the
How old are you, by the way, Cody? Because you look younger than me.
Yeah, I'm 42.
Dude, you look so young, dude. Holy cow, you get that all the time.
Yeah. My dad looked really young. It's great now. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, right? I know. I hear that.
I love it now. High school, not so good.
Sure.
But I got that feeling of like, hey, this isn't serving you right now. It started getting too much. It started getting a little almost toxic to me. It's like a drug, right? You want, it's FOMO. What am I missing? What room should I be in? And whenever I get that, I get real obsessed. My personality is very obsessive. And so I got obsessive over Instagram. That's how I scaled my Instagram to over 1.2 million. Yeah. And because I just figured out all the ways to hack the platform, and like I'm omnipresent on there. I'm just like all day, every day, content pumping. Let's go. We got to win, right? I had a vision. I'm going to get to 1 million followers. But it took so much energy to do that like there are people now that I see them in every room all day long, 24 hours a day. They're sleeping with Clubhouse. Like I'm waiting for them to like have a Clubhouse tattoo. It's
I know that's the one thing I worry about. It's funny because what I'm gonna do, and I didn't do it enough time because I was flying back to that. We have the Rode podcaster mic. I'm gonna be taking this. onto Clubhouse. I apologize I didn't get it on there sooner, because that would have been cool. We could took some questions in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do think it is the future. I know I'm so mad. I was off a call and I was gonna like try and set it up quick, but I didn't do it. And I'm really upset about that, especially because we're both having Clubhouse. It would just been cool to do. But anyway, but maybe we'll do something else later on in the Clubhouse room as well too. We'll figure that out.
Social is designed to, like, it's the most social of all platforms, and as long as it's connecting you closer to people and you feel good about that connection, I love it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's 100% true. I feel like when you leave a Thrive event, right, and you leave an event, you feel so supercharged about your day. The great thing about Clubhouse, I feel like you have an event with the same people can just supercharge you right away, right in your pocket. You know what I mean? So that's why it literally is but everything moderation. How do you moderate? How do you time block your day? Do you have like a certain thing you do, or do you just kind of, because you have whole snap, you cover invest, you have a lot of stuff going on.
I'm very, very good at time management. But I'm very good because I know I'm not good at it. Right. If that makes sense. Like I'm so aware that I'm not good at it that I hired somebody to be it for me. Right. My personal assistant manages every hour of my day. And as you become more successful, you find that stealing back minutes is like very important. And so everything about my life, I started thinking about how do I become more efficient. So first was hiring an executive assistant. Then it was hiring an assistant for my wife. Then it was getting a Tesla, right? So I don't have to get gas anymore. You know, it's like little time hacks. Like, all right, so if I can steal back now, and I get the HOV lane, so I don't have to sit in traffic. So anytime this is going to sound weird, but like I used to sit, like if I went to use the restroom, I'd bring my phone with me in the restroom and I'd sit there forever, and now I don't bring my phone with me into the restroom because I know I'm going to go faster and I'm going to get in and out. And I'm going to get back to business. Yeah. All right. And I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So having your phone in the bathroom always.
Yeah, dude. But no, I love that, dude. I love little time hacks like that. Like that's what I try and do all the time. I try and find doing something quicker. So I test drove it. I test drove a Tesla just because I want to see the self-driving thing when I was down in Texas. So, so you still have the Tesla? You like Teslas?
Or yeah, I love it. It's my favorite car I've ever owned.
Really?
Better than the Rollses and the Lambos and all of them. Like,
yeah, dude, I'm a huge Elon fan, and that might be the car everybody said. I posted on Instagram of this is what dreams look like, and everybody thought I got it. And I was like, no, we're not there yet. Move. So let me actually go through this, dude. So it's crazy because with time hacks and being really good with time, well, the one thing I always admired about you, right? And I'll tease it now because I did, was how transparent you were, kind of how honest you were about everything, right? Kind of very like there's so many people who, and I'm sure you got a lot of heat because the whole Lambo thing, right? But you were very like, no, this is what I did. You were just very in your face, no nonsense transparency in a way, right? Like, and I appreciate people like that because a lot of times there's a lot of fluff out there, and you did that. And I heard you on it. I think it was a interview when after I bought real estate, it wasn't working. I forget which podcast. I'm going to find it and link it down. And you told your story. And you were no nonsense. You were accountable about yourself, and you did it. And I remembered being like, oh, that's the guy I kind of want to be like. Like literally, I want to rub off like that. And that really just expanded upon my coaching business. I kind of didn't want to hurt someone's feelings before, and it had that whole vibe, right? And you did it because you cared, and I could hear it and how you do it. And I hear it in Clubhouse, I hear it wherever you are. And I just want to say I respect it about you. And it really just made me emulate. When you find people you like and where they're at, you start emulating certain things. And there are certain things that just are really cool about you. And it goes way beyond the Lambo. So I had to tell that. And I'll link that behind.
Amazing. Yeah, you're making me blush over here.
I know, dude, I know that's kind of hard to do. No, but I'm serious, dude. Like, it's cool. There's certain people I pick on here. Everybody's always trying to get on him. Like, no, he can't. Actually, true story, hired assistants because of Clubhouse. They sent out, Cody, this invite, and anybody knows who's listening to this, to everybody on my list for a Make More Money podcast interview thing. And nobody's invited. So I had to uninvite them. It was very, very painful because of the time. So you're one of the ones that didn't get invited. I mean, I invited you before, but I got probably sent twice. All right, let's go into the final 5 questions here. We'll do a rapid fire. By the way, thank you so much for your time doing this. I know you're busy. We're both busy and doing things, but I hope, guys, check out OSnap. I'm excited I learned about that. We'll blow this up here. We'll cut it out, send it to pieces. 100 Mil Academy is the real main reason why I want to bring you on. Saw the value of that. I think that's an amazing platform. I'm actually going to jump on some of those live calls as well, too, and get more in depth on that. Wish I had it when I start building my business. I basically, jumped out of a plane and built the parachute down. And you don't really have to do that with that. It's they walk you step by step, which I'm a huge fan of online education. All right, so final 6 questions, I guess, is best money advice for anybody else there right now. Maybe someone like me, really successful, not really successful. We're always limited success. We always get better, but pretty successful. Has some real estate, has a business that started cash flowing, just started keeping his numbers and KPIs, just started figuring out doing that stuff, right? Should have been doing that a little sooner. What's something that money advice right now when you're kind of in that spot?
Yeah, don't buy that Lambo.
Yeah,
don't buy that Lambo.
That's what I need to hear. 100%.
Look, phase 1 is always just making money. So if you can figure out a way to make money, make money. As you're doing that, as you make more money, don't upgrade your lifestyle, right? Live below your means and take every single available dollar and invest it into assets. I wish I would have been better at this when I was in my I wish I would have heard about this when I was in my teens and been better in my early 20s, because I really didn't figure it out until I was in my mid 20s. And then by then it was like, oh, I could have had 5, like I see kids now, 17, 18, 19, making a ton of money online. And they're actually smart enough because of all this exposure through Instagram and Clubhouse and all this stuff. They're buying houses, they're buying real estate, they're getting Bitcoin, they're buying stocks with dividends. They're doing all the right things. And it's really cool to see how much more financial literacy they have than I had in my generation. And so, you can't save your way to wealth. And they're printing trillions of dollars, which is just devaluing the dollar. The middle class is the biggest, worst concept and myth ever given to people. Like there's no reason people can't become more wealthy and master the money game. The problem is there's all these landmines, right? They're saddling you with consumer debt. They're teasing you, saying, buy these luxury items constantly, 5,000 marketing messages every single day to get you off of track. So you have to invest your way to wealth or build your business and entrepreneur your way to wealth. There's no other way unless you win the lottery. So live below your means, invest every available dollar into assets. I like real estate because, like I said earlier, it is future proof. People will always need a place to live. Even if cars fly in the future, they'll park in a garage somewhere, right? And so that's my best money advice. And don't allow your bad relationship with money, your preconditioning with money, prevent you from learning how to master the money game. It is a boring topic. It is not fun, but taxes, learning about taxes, learning tax strategies, learning how to create more money and keep it is super important. And it's something I had to force myself to do. I'm not good with math. I don't like reading investing books or anything like that. It's boring to me, but it's necessary. So educate yourself, learn the difference between a liability and an asset, and just buy as many assets as you can.
Dude, yeah, no, awesome advice. And it's when I was just at that event and they really broke down tax a lot. And a lot of right brain people like us that are you really do have to take time to do that. And it's really like the humbling. It's funny that you say when you want to give back, you want to help certain causes, and everyone goes in and fun stuff. One of the things that I'm passionate about doing eventually, there's 2 things actually. It's homeless, which me and Dan do stuff about that with this paddock, because I talked to a homeless guy on my first YouTube channel, and I got him off the streets, got him making money, he went back, right? And I felt like, man, I really want to set up something so they can actually work, right? And then the other thing was I want to bridge the gap between, there's a financial literacy gap with people, and 100 Million Academy is a great way to do it. And I want to do it. There's actually something in Chicago called Sunshine Enterprises. And basically, if you go I was talking to Dan about the other day, if you do a 12-week program, the government gives you 10 grand to build a business within your community and like an opportunity zone, right?
Yeah,
it's an awesome program. It's working. I'm actually talking, before I leave Connecticut, I'm in Connecticut now. I want to try and get this in Hartford, because I used to teach behavioral middle school kids who didn't have moms or dads. Didn't have that information. Cody, I used to have them do before I left and I found Grant and everything, I had them do the cash flow quadrant and I had them do Millionaire math every day. I got in trouble for it in the education system because it didn't meet the Common Core. And I left and said, I'm going to change it one day. So I love with you and what you, Dan, ever do, because it's a part of change the education system. We see it by so many people acting, and we're going to go private skills. And I'm talking with Brad about it. He thinks I'm crazy, but the crazy people are the ones who change the world, man. We know that, right? All right. So when you were young, did you know you'd be here with all these companies in real estate?
Heck no. No, I started smoking weed in the 7th grade.
Yeah, wow.
You know, I mean, it was literally, I just went into the 7th grade. It was probably like the end of 6th grade when I smoked my first joint. I mean, I was hanging around the wrong kids. I don't want to say the wrong kids. I was hanging around the kids in my neighborhood. Yeah. You know, we lived in a very low income area in Mesa, Arizona, and most of our parents, we either only had one parent or both parents worked. So we had a ton of autonomy, no supervision. We were running the streets, and a lot of my friends went to juvenile hall for selling drugs or doing drugs or petty crimes, or they went to actual jail, you know. And I remember when I was in the 8th grade, 9th grade, I was probably in 9th grade when one of our friends killed one of our other friends. You know, shot him and killed him. And it was just like, we were all on this crazy path. And so no, I wanted to be a 9th grade history teacher or a marine biologist. That was like, kind of like when I thought like, all right, what do you want to do with your life? Those were the two things. Wow. So real estate wasn't even on the radar. And the thing that shifted me, and I talk about pivot points and recalibrations all the time with my mentoring students, is like, look, we all have these life events that happen along the way. And you always have an opportunity to recalibrate and pivot. So nothing's ever final, right? So it's like you can always change directions and make your life better if you choose to. And I made the choice to go in the Navy because I wasn't ready for college. I was running with the wrong kids. I was off on the wrong path. And it changed my life because it took me out of that environment and put me in a structure where they taught you self-worth. They taught you self-love. They taught you systems and structure, and made me get physically fit. And I think the military is a great alternative for people if they're struggling and they don't know really what they want to do with their life. I chose the Navy because I wanted to travel. And my dad was in the Navy in the 60s. So I thought, all right, I'll follow my dad's footsteps. So it was a game changer. Without that, and while I was in the Navy, my dad gave me a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Changed my life because it was the first time I heard of an asset, first time I heard of a liability. And it's like, oh, why has nobody taught me this? You know, so little pivot and recalibration. So no, but I'm glad I am here, and I'm glad I found something that I love, because, you know, people are always like, why are you on 24/7? It's because I never feel like I shouldn't be on.
Right.
I don't dread my job. I don't dread going to work. I never have felt like I've worked since the day I got into real estate, because I love it so much. And I can't even think about doing anything else.
Dude, yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All the time when I was teaching at the school, I was 9 to 5. I loved helping the kids. I love teaching it, but I was miserable because I had to go home and do something. I'm the guy who can't lay on the beach for too long, man. I got to be doing something. You know what I mean? So you get it, dude. It's crazy. Like, I used to think there's something wrong with me. I got called that word retarded a lot when I was young, and I wanted to play quarterback. Because it's just how I was different, right? And you know, now I just feel like, oh, everybody else, man, you're born to. Why blend in when you're born to stand out, right? And it's so true, you know. And you definitely stand out as well. So I got to ask you this way, teased. Best relationship advice. You've been with the girl all the way through, and maybe we should be asking her, but what's a good relationship, and maybe business partnership as well? Because
my best is just get even if you can't afford it. If you want to be an entrepreneur and be in a healthy relationship, get your girl or your guy, whoever's staying home, a personal assistant. It was a game changer, because my wife used to call me all the time and say, honey, can you get the milk on your way home? Can you stop and get the milk? Yeah. And I'd be like, every part of my insides was like, really? You're calling me right now? Like, I'm in like my flow, and you're jacking up my flow over milk, which to me was insignificant in my world. But if I say, get your own effing milk, I'm the worst person on planet Earth.
Right, no. Good. Solve this. This is good.
Right? If I say, honey, what the heck? Why are you bothering me with freaking milk? Right? I'm a jerk. But the only correct answer is, of course, I'm going to get the milk, honey. Right. So, and you got to learn your significant other's love language. But for her, it was acts of servitude. It was, she likes gifts. She likes, affectionate words and all that stuff. And so by getting an assistant, I eliminated like 80% of the busy work in her day, which freed her time up to do the things that she really wants to do in life. So I needed to find a way to give her that opportunity to go do what she is passionate about, she wanted to learn heart math. She wanted to learn Reiki. She wanted to, do yoga with her friends and like be one with the universe. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to give you that opportunity. So that way, as you're one with the universe, when I show up home, you're in a great mood. You're supportive. You're loving. Because you don't feel all stressed out because of the day just beat you up. And so best advice if you're an entrepreneur is, even if you can't afford it, best investment I ever did was get the personal assistant.
So now I got to ask, because my brother's just starting a business, changing lives financial. It's great. I was on a call with him just actually before this. His girlfriend, I probably shouldn't be saying this, I got to go to the store, man. And he leaves. And I thought, that's no way to run a business, man. Like, I was like, the thing. So it's a personal person. I'll buy it for my brother now. It's
just an executive assistant for your wife.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, this is the best tip I think we've gotten on this question. Like most tactical one. That's awesome. I'm like laughing because it's so close to home. All right. Hey, what's something you're looking? I mean, you got a lot going on. Maybe it's Snap, but what are you looking forward to next? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Surge energy drink sent to me, drinking on Instagram, tagging it. Can you put it on social, or is it one of those things?
Yeah. We're in
good. Melaleuca, and I shouldn't say this, they got mad at me because I left. You're not allowed to put it on social, and I was like, dude, that's like not me, So anyway.
We're transforming minds, bodies, and bank accounts with this company. It's gonna be.
I'm excited about it. Maybe once I get a few things going, maybe I'll be out there. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but I love the name.
Hey, don't take Surge at night.
Dude, I don't need, me and you don't even need energy drinks, Cody, right? We really don't, right?
It's so powerful. I have so many athletes taking it before their workouts. Their pumps are insane. They love it. There's a compound in there called S7 that increases your nitric oxide by 230%. It's powerful. No crash, no sugar. It's the real deal.
Dude, I can't wait, dude. I'll take it in the morning before one of my 5 a.m. workouts. All right.
Yeah.
So looking, although I say that like I make it every time, I really don't. So I'm looking for, I don't want to everything. So, all right. Now, you're already doing it. I don't even think I even need to ask you this question. We're kind of right on time here. Changing the education system. Like, we're really changing. What's one change you think we'd make? I mean, you guys are already literally doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing it.
You're doing it. It's already done.
We're just making online education fun. I mean, that's really it. We've been doing online education since 2010, and it's just one of those things where, most education's boring. We kind of take that edutainment angle and try to have fun with it, and yeah, that's it. 100 million.
Dude, my dream, I'll put it out here. My dream is to get, Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good, because Bradley doesn't, and certain people I mentioned, I'm like, how do you not know this guy? My dream is to get him teaching a course on maybe 100 Mil Academy for like school stuff. I think it would work extremely well. I think his presence is going to go on for a while on YouTube. I know when I was a teacher, if I said, hey kids, go turn on 100 Mil Academy with Mr. Beast, all of a sudden, dude, it would just be phenomenal, No,
that's a great idea.
I met him once, and he was very business-like. So we'll see if you remember. We'll see if we can bridge that to happen. So I'm all on board with that, and I'm going to do a lot of great stuff with that as well. Where can you already kind of said it, but just in case they forgot because they want to get more, where can people find more of you?
At Clever Investor on every single platform.
All right, awesome. Hey, dude, thank you so much for having me. This is actually literally one of the most fun interviews I've done, and I appreciate it because it's your energy and where we went. So hopefully it brought value to people. So thank you so much, Cody.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys.